So we are just a little bit under 3 months away from Raw, WWE Raw, coming to Netflix. And there have been a lot of speculation about what's going to happen with it, how they're going to present it, what's going to go down. TB14 bantered about. So I stumbled upon this article that was written by Drew Ryan on what'sonnetflix.com. It's what's-on-netflix.com. And it's pretty much a website that all about Netflix. What's going to Netflix, what's going away to Netflix, what's going to be coming to Netflix in the future, yada yada yada. Anyway, and I take it that this guy's a wrestling fan because he even sources um, the WrestleVotes Twitter account and all this mess on his in this article. But there's a lot of things that a lot of people are hopeful for that, you know, just ain't gonna happen. If you've been following this business for any amount of time, and if you've been following their mentality for any amount of time, you know for a fact that some of these things that people are going, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if, are just not gonna happen. Or it would surprise me if they did do it. So this is 10 things that this guy wants to see from Netflix, or from Raw going to Netflix. Um, so apparently this says recently the coming soon pages for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT began appearing internationally, and WWE Raw in the USA. So these are 10 things he wants. Starting with number one, a WWE hub. Um, apparently, they have put an AMC hub up on Netflix for shows such as The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Mad Men, all those crazy AMC shows. Um, so here's what I think will happen. I think you will get a WWE hub internationally. It'll be set up just like the WWE network was. You'll have Raw, SmackDown, NXT. You'll have all the classic stuff. It'll all be under one bundle, under one banner, under one hub. Here in the US, however, Raw only. That's all you're going to get, at least until the end of next year. Um, or until January 2026, I believe, is when the Peacock deal is up. And I full well expect that once the Peacock deal is up, they're going to leave Peacock and everything will go to Netflix here in the US as well. Um, will they see a pay bump from that? Who knows? But it would be smart of them to have everything worldwide under one banner. The NXT stuff, though, is still. Why they made this deal, I'll never know. This is just stupid at WWE. But NXT is gone off the WWE network. It is gone off Peacock. Um, at least Peacock here in the US. I don't know about the WWE network internationally, but here in the US, it is off of Peacock. Even the old stuff is not on Peacock anymore. And CW has said that they're not going to put any of the Netflix or any of the any of the archives on their app. It's only the stuff that they air. So everything prior to anything prior to 2 weeks ago, except for the NXT PLEs, that's gone. You're not going to be able to go back and watch old episodes of NXT anymore. You know, the days where you could watch Seth Rollins and all them fighting for the NXT, that's gone, which is stupid to me. Um, so I will say this: if they negotiated that, if WWE let them do that and let them get away with that, that's just plain downright stupid. Why we're not putting up the classic stuff on there is beyond me. Now NXT, if you go to the CW app and you look up NXT, um, there is a. It says there's 2 seasons. Season 1 has 5 episodes, and I went and looked at this last night, and I'm like, oh, okay. They're going to put some of the old stuff on there. Nope. Under Season 1 of NXT on that CW app are college football games or basketball games and NASCAR stuff. Why that's labeled as NXT is beyond me. Um, And then they have the first 3 episodes now that they've aired on there since they went over. But as far as the WWE hub, I think we'll get it eventually. Number 2, next day episodes of SmackDown and the NXT catalog. Well, internationally, not going to happen. Internationally, internationally it will happen. Domestically, no. SmackDown's going to be on Peacock for the foreseeable future. Lord knows where NXT is going to go, where the NXT catalog is. If we're ever going to see it again, who knows? So that's not happening. Let me see here. Peacock, blah, 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 fill in the gaps to the rights. On September 27, 2024, representatives of Peacock confirmed to Sports Illustrated that the 30-day delay would stand. So episodes of Raw and SmackDown will be on Peacock 30 days afterwards. It makes me wonder if Raw replays are going to be on Netflix. If Netflix is smart, they've secured the rights to these Raw replays. But could it be that, okay, you get next day airings of Raw, and then after that one day it jumps over, you have to wait 30 days? I don't know. This whole thing is a mess as far as domestically here in the U.S. goes. What goes where, when it goes there. I'm of the understanding of if it's on the Netflix, Raws will be on Netflix. The old stuff will still be on Peacock. Maybe Peacock and Netflix share the replays going forward after January 6th. Who knows? Let's see here. Number 3. This is crazy. TV 14 rating / uncensored crowd chants. The crowd chants may be uncensored. Okay. Netflix has stuff with all kinds of crazy crap on there. I mean, nudity and everything else. But I firmly believe they will stay TV PG. And the reason why they're staying TV PG, they could push that envelope a little bit in the late night hour from 10 o'clock forward or 9 o'clock forward. But I think they're going to stay PG, keep everything like it is going forward for one reason: sponsors. Their main sponsor and their main reason why they're doing that is Mattel. They don't want to piss off Mattel. They don't want to make Mattel angry and have their action figure deal pulled. And Mattel is already airing, if you go on there to watch anything on Peacock, you get a commercial of a dad playing with his son and creating new memories with WWE superstars and their rings and buy the action figures and all this and that. You go to TV 14, you start doing all kinds of lewd, crude, attitude era stuff. Netflix is not going to want to deal with you. Or not Netflix, Mattel. Sorry. Mattel is not going to want to deal with you. Mattel's trying to keep everything family friendly and wholesome, and it's not going to be wholesome if you have the return of the Attitude Era. Uncensored crowd chants, yes. I've always wondered why they do that. You know, if USA or Fox were to, well, now it's not Fox, it's just USA and USA and CW. It makes me wonder if they aired the NBA and the crowd started chanting "F you, LeBron," would they censor that? But yeah, it was no secret that Raw can't stand the censorship. That's one of the reasons why they couldn't wait for the Fox deal to be over with. Um, Now, if Fox would have thrown them the money, absolutely they would have still been on there, and we'd still see blackouts every time a fan holds up a sign that Fox doesn't like, or, you know, the crowd starts chanting something, or somebody flips a middle finger. You know, it's stupid. I can't stand it. You can't control what 20,000 people in an arena are going to be doing or saying. You can tell them not to all you want to, but come on. Anyway. I don't think we're going back TV 14. So this is 3 for 3 for now that I just don't think we're. I mean, maybe the network hub, the WWE hub, but the other two, no. 4, new logo and theme song. This is already confirmed. There is a new Raw logo that is appearing on certain WWE merchandise already hitting store shelves with the Netflix logo on it. It's very reminiscent of the new SmackDown logo, and I don't like it. As far as the new theme song goes, we got Megan Thee Stallion doing, or The Stallion, sorry, my white ass is white. But anyway, um, Megan Thee Stallion is doing SmackDown. You got 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne doing NXT. And this guy suggests, how about Eminem doing Raw? I could totally see that happening. Eminem is a fan of professional wrestling, and he's been in all. He was at a WWE Raw in the audience earlier this year. Number 5, fancy new set, not happening. Okay, we already know it's not happening. Even with NXT last night, everybody was saying they went to um, St. Louis and Chicago for 2 weeks. You know, they did those 2 weeks abroad, so to speak, or out of Orlando for 2 weeks because of they wanted to build a new set, just like they did with the 2.0 era. Well, we saw last night there is no new set. The only thing that changed is now we've gone from black and gold to the tie-dye colors to the gold and black, and now it's just silverish chrome and black. They still kept that stupid set. I don't like the NXT set. That archway with the barrel shaped Tron. I can't stand it. I wish to God they would go back to Full Sail. It looks more like an real arena. You could pack more people in there. You don't, I mean, it was refreshing the last 2 weeks to not have the same people sitting there each and every week in the same spots and having the Chase U section and, oh, here's where our students are going to sit this week and just like that. I don't like it at all. They need to get the heck out of Orlando or they need to get back into Full Sail. Number 6, shuffled roster. Not going to happen until the draft. So there you go. There's another thing. This guy, you know. All right, number 7, no commercials for Netflix premium subscribers. Do you really think they're going to let that ad revenue money get away? Do you really think that they're not going to have sponsorships? Do you really think that there's not going to be some form of commercials during this? I think we'll see picture in picture. You know, just like when baseball, you know, when there's a pitching change. Hey, let's go picture in picture. How about this word from Budweiser? Or while we're getting ready for the next pitch, how about this word from Chevrolet? Stuff like that. I could see Netflix doing that. Somebody grabs a rest hold. Hey, enjoy the headlock. Here's a word from Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, you know, or Pizza Hut, whatever the case may be. Um, you're going to have commercials. We've already seen with them going from 2 hours, 3 hours to 2 hours, how they're juggling this, and they're not juggling it very well. And I find it funny how people were complaining. They were begging. Oh, Raw is such a chore to watch. Can we please go back to 2 hours? Now that we're back to 2 hours, oh, everything's so rushed and there's too many commercials. How about we go back to 3 hours? But no, it doesn't matter what tier of Netflix you have, you're going to get commercials during live shows. It's going to happen. WWE has sponsors that they have to do. Netflix may not be telling them to put them in, but WWE is going to put them in. It's going to happen. Whether it be, you know, them in the back eating hot dogs from Sonic like they used to do back in the day, going, hey, try these Sonic things, or hey, at the announce table, we got, you know, Hardee's cheeseburgers, Carl's Jr., whatever the case may be. So you're going to see ads, you're going to see little commercials. They may not be full-blown 4-minute ad breaks, but I think you're still going to see commercials in some form. Number 8, Raw return to 3 hours. Well, that's already been established that they're planning on that. Number 9, Women's Intercontinental Championship. I don't think so. If you're going to do this, you need to get rid of the women's tag titles. Nobody cares really about them anyway, and I just think that the water's muddied up with the titles as it is. If that's the case, then you got to have a U.S. champion for women on SmackDown, and I just don't see them doing that. Number 10, an exclusive Netflix series, All Women's Spotlight. They could do stuff for Netflix right now internationally, but domestically, I think that if they try to do anything new streaming-wise, like a WWE 24, or when they did the NXT thing that was done by William Shatner a few years back. That has to, anything new like that has to go on Peacock. Um, Unless maybe it's a behind the scenes of Raw or a Raw after show. I could see, or maybe even not that. I think domestically the only thing Netflix is allowed to put on there is Raw. I think that Raw talk and everything else still has to be on Peacock for now. So there you have it. Those are 10 things that this guy thinks are going to come. I don't think they're going to happen. Most of these things are not going to happen. This guy clearly hasn't done his homework. I wish to God they would create new sets and go back to those nice looking sets that they used to have for pay-per-views. You know, the Backlash set always comes to mind, where they would have the swinging blades going back and forth. The what do they call it? The sickles or the scythes, whatever you want to call them, swinging back and forth. One year, I want to say it was the 2003 Royal Rumble. They had a full-blown waterfall in the arena, you know, right in front of the Titantron. Armageddon of 2004, they had, you know, fire everywhere, you know. So I wish to God they would, but from a financial standpoint, you know, even WCW was doing this back in the day, where there'd be Nitro Thunder or the pay-per-views, same set for all of them. We'll just blast different graphics on it. And nowadays with the LED boards, it's you can put whatever you want on them. I don't like the way it looks. I like the practical effects better, but that's where we're at. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What changes do you think are going to be coming to Raw, if any, once they get to Netflix? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We'll see you down the road.